Hey everyone, and welcome back to Talk Tickers.
Always great to be here.
You know, we're your go-to source for dissecting these earnings calls, and today we've got a real humdinger.
Oh yeah, this one's got Wall Street buzzing for sure.
It's Axon Enterprise, folks, the name behind those, those electrifying tasers and a whole lot more these days.
And speaking of electrifying, their stock is absolutely surging after this Q3 2024 earnings call.
Up over 28%, closing at what, 603.1 a share?
That's some serious momentum.
So what's fueling this investor frenzy?
Well, what's fascinating about Axon is how they've evolved. They're not just a taser company anymore, not even close.
Right. They're strategically weaving this whole ecosystem, hardware, software services. It's impressive.
It's a comprehensive approach that's really shaking up the law enforcement tech landscape.
Okay, so let's dig into these numbers because this isn't just a one-time pop. This is their 11th straight quarter of growth exceeding 25%.
Yeah, that's right. We're talking about a company that's generating nearly $500 million in revenue every quarter, and they're doing it with some pretty impressive profitability.
So they're growing smart, not just growing.
Yeah.
And their Taser segment, which is really the foundation of their business, still going strong.
Absolutely. That new Taser 10 is clearly a hit.
Yeah, Taser revenue alone jumped 36% year over year.
And it's not just about new sales either. CEO Rick Smith, he hinted at their ambition to replace every Taser 7 out there with the Taser 10.
Wow, if they pull that off, we're talking about a massive sustained upgrade cycle.
Right. That's the thing. They're playing the long game here.
It's a bold move, but it makes sense. Given the upgrades, longer range, more shots,
yeah,
it really plays into that officer safety angle.
Absolutely. And that's a key selling point for sure.
But it's really caught my eye. It's their push into AI.
Now, this is where things get really interesting.
Because Axon is leveraging AI in ways that could fundamentally change how law enforcement operates.
Think about their new transcription tool, Draft One.
Oh, yeah.
Automatically transcribes body camera footage and even generates police reports.
Imagine the time saved. No more officers drowning in paperwork.
And they're already seeing serious traction, a $100 million pipeline after just a few weeks on the market.
It's incredible. Plus, they're packaging it into this larger AI-era software bundle.
It's a brilliant strategy. They're leveraging their existing hardware dominance, their customer relationships, to become the go-to source for AI-powered solutions in law enforcement.
And that seamless integration, I think that's really key to their success.
I think you're right about that.
And they're not stopping there. Remember that acquisition of Dredron, the counter-drone company?
Oh, yeah. Axon is clearly making a play in this rapidly growing world of drone-based security.
I mean, it's like they're anticipating the future and making the moves to dominate it.
It's pretty impressive to watch.
But before we get too carried away with the excitement, let's zoom out a little, look at the bigger picture here.
All right, so adjusted EBITDA margins hit a 3-year record at 26.7%.
Now, that's a clear sign of their operational efficiency and their ability to turn growth into profit.
They're not just burning cash, they're making money and doing it well.
In their guidance, they raised it again for both revenue and adjusted EBITDA.
They're on track to reach that $2 billion revenue target a full year ahead of schedule.
I mean, that speaks volumes about their execution and the demand for their products.
And their vision.
Now, there's another layer to their success that I think we need to unpack.
What's that?
It's their commitment to their mission.
Oh, absolutely.
They're not just chasing profits. They genuinely want to make the world a safer place, and I think that resonates.
Yeah, it attracts talent. It resonates with customers, and ultimately, I think it contributes to their success.
It's a powerful combination.
Yeah.
You've got a company with a compelling mission, a track record of innovation and financial performance that's exceeding expectations.
They're checking all the boxes.
So what's next for Axon?
Oh.
Where could this wild ride take them?
That's the million-dollar question, and that's what we're going to explore in our This Is Not Financial Advice segment.
Buckle up, folks, because we're about to brainstorm some outrageous but plausible trade ideas based on Axon's incredible momentum and this vast potential we see unfolding before our very eyes.
It's going to be fun.
Stay tuned. Things are about to get really interesting.
Okay, so let's shift gears a bit, put on our speculative thinking caps for a minute.
Time for some fun.
This is not financial advice segment, right?
Of course, where we let those imaginations run wild a little bit.
Explore the outer edges of what might be possible, with a company like Axon.
Exactly. We're not giving any investment recommendations here, folks.
No. Just having some fun and exploring this vast potential we see in their technology and their strategic moves.
And we know they're already making waves in the drone space with that Dredron acquisition.
Oh, yeah. Big time.
What if they leverage that expertise to venture beyond just security? What about something like industrial inspection and maintenance?
Oh, now you're talking.
I'm just throwing it out
I
there.
like where your head's at with this. Imagine this: instead of sending humans to climb up these, towering wind turbines or inspect miles of pipeline, Axon deploys fleets of autonomous drones
Okay,
equipped with high-definition cameras and AI-powered analytics.
hold on. I'm already seeing the headlines. Axon drones revolutionize infrastructure, safety, and efficiency.
There you go.
These drones could be inspecting bridges, power lines, oil rigs, anything that's, hard to reach or potentially dangerous for humans.
Exactly. They could detect cracks, corrosion leaks, you name it all in real time.
That data would be so valuable for preventing costly downtime,
Right.
avoiding, catastrophic accidents, and even optimizing those maintenance schedules.
You're getting it, and let's not forget the cost savings. Automated drone inspections could be significantly more efficient and cost-effective than traditional methods, especially for those large-scale infrastructure projects.
It's a potential game changer,
I see so.
not just for Axon, but for entire industries.
Absolutely. And this is just one example. Remember, Axon's core strength is their ability to integrate hardware, software, and AI.
Right, that seamless ecosystem we talked about.
Where else could they apply this winning formula?
Okay, I'll bite. What other crazy but, potentially brilliant ideas are you cooking up over there?
Well, what about healthcare?
Okay.
Imagine a world where Axon's AI-powered technology is assisting doctors with diagnoses, helping surgeons perform remote procedures,
Wow.
or even monitoring patients' vital signs in real time.
Now we're talking science fiction stuff.
I know, right?
But hey, if anyone can pull it off, it might be Axon.
They've got the track record.
They've got that track record of taking this cutting-edge technology, making it practical and accessible.
Exactly. Think about the potential to improve healthcare access in rural communities, reduce medical errors, and even personalize treatment plans using AI-driven insights.
I mean, the possibilities are mind-blowing.
They are.
But let's be realistic here.
Okay.
There are definitely some hurdles to overcome, especially when it comes to something as sensitive as healthcare.
Oh, absolutely. Data privacy and security would be paramount.
Huge.
Axon would need to navigate those sensitive issues with the utmost care and transparency they'd need to build trust with patients and healthcare providers alike.
That's a critical point, and it goes beyond just healthcare. Any industry that Axon enters is going to need to address those ethical considerations
Right.
and potential biases in their AI algorithms.
You're absolutely right, and that's why their existing ethics advisory council is so important.
I was just thinking that.
It shows that they're at least thinking about these issues and trying to build those ethical frameworks into their AI development.
Okay, so we've got drones and inspecting infrastructure, AI transforming healthcare. What other industries could Axon potentially disrupt?
Let's get really wild. What about agriculture?
Okay.
Imagine fleets of Axon drones monitoring vast fields, identifying crop diseases, optimizing irrigation, and even deterring pests.
Axon feeding the world one drone at a time.
You got it.
Okay, maybe that's a bit of a stretch,
Maybe
but I see your point. Their technology has applications far beyond just law enforcement.
that's what makes this so exciting.
Yeah.
We're talking about a company with the potential to impact multiple industries and solve some of the world's most pressing challenges.
So what do you think, dear listeners? Are we completely off our rockers with these ideas, or is there a kernel of truth here?
What do you think?
What other industries could benefit from Axon's innovative technology?
Hit us up on social media. Let us know your thoughts.
Yeah, we want to hear from you.
But before we get carried away with all the speculation, it's important to remember...
This is not financial advice.
Right, we're just exploring possibilities here.
Investing involves risk,
Always.
and past performance is not indicative of future results.
Say it.
But with a company like Axon, who knows what the future holds?
That's the exciting part.
Their track record of innovation and expansion is pretty remarkable.
They're one to watch for sure.
They're definitely a company to watch closely.
And that's what makes this so much fun. Who knows, maybe in a few years we'll look back at this conversation and be amazed at how conservative our predictions were.
That's a great point. Axon's constantly pushing those boundaries, of what's possible.
It's true.
Now let's bring it back down to earth a little bit
Okay.
and take a closer look at their international expansion strategy.
That's where we'll pick up in part 3.
Join us as we delve into the challenges and opportunities that lie ahead for Axon on that global stage. Welcome back to Talk Tickers, folks. We've covered a lot of ground with Axon Enterprise, from those stellar earnings to their ventures into AI and drones. But
It's been quite a ride.
it is. And now it's time to shift our focus a little bit.
Yeah.
Look at the international stage.
Yeah. Axon's not just a domestic player anymore. They're making strategic moves to expand that global presence.
And that's where things get even more interesting.
Oh, for sure.
Because they're navigating this complex landscape, different laws, regulations, cultural norms around law enforcement.
It's a whole different ballgame.
So what are some of the key challenges that Axon faces in this, international expansion?
Well, building trust is huge.
Yeah, makes sense.
They need to demonstrate that their technology aligns with the specific needs and values of each market.
Right.
In some countries, there might be more hesitation around adopting technologies like facial recognition or predictive policing.
Absolutely. They need to be sensitive to those concerns and adapt their approach accordingly.
It's not a one-size-fits-all solution.
No, it's not. But what's encouraging is that their international bookings are nearly matching last year's record highs.
Yeah, despite those complexities, it's really a testament to their strategic approach, I think.
So how are they approaching it?
Well, they've revamped their international sales strategy, focusing on building those relationships, with key decision makers in foreign governments.
Okay.
And adapting their products and services to meet those local needs.
It's smart.
It is.
And, we can't forget about the universal appeal of those less lethal solutions.
Oh, absolutely.
Especially in a world where, police brutality is under such intense scrutiny.
Axon's focus on de-escalation, minimizing the use of force that resonates globally.
It's a message that transcends borders.
For sure.
But, we got to be realistic here. International expansion always comes with risks.
Oh, yeah.
There's the potential for geopolitical instability, currency fluctuations, even those cultural misunderstandings.
All those things could impact their progress.
So they need to be agile, adaptable, ready to adjust that strategy as needed.
Absolutely.
It reminds me of their decision to include that LTE chip in every buddy camera.
Oh, yeah.
Even when customers weren't quite sure they needed it at the time.
That was a bold move, but it paid off big time.
It laid the groundwork for all those real-time data capabilities, including their AI initiatives.
Axon's got a knack for anticipating future needs and making those strategic bets.
So as we wrap up this deep dive into Axon Enterprise...
It's been a good one.
It has been. I want to leave our listeners with a final thought.
Okay.
What does Axon's international expansion mean for the future of law enforcement globally?
That's a good question.
Could Axon's technology promote greater transparency, accountability, de-escalation in law enforcement around the world?
Or will it raise concerns about surveillance data privacy, the potential for misuse?
Even with those less lethal weapons.
It's a double-edged sword in some ways.
It is. These are complex issues.
Very complex.
Oh, easy answers.
Yeah.
But they're important to consider as Axon's influence grows.
You're right about that.
One thing's for certain, though.
What's that?
Axon is a company that's shaping the future of law enforcement.
Oh, absolutely.
Both domestically and internationally.
And that's what makes following their journey so compelling. They're not just a business, they're a catalyst for change.
And their impact will continue to unfold in the years to come.
No doubt.
So there you have it, folks. A deep dive into Axon Enterprise, a company pushing the boundaries of technology and its application in law enforcement.
Always pushing the envelope.
As always, this is not financial advice.
Do your own research, make informed decisions.
Thanks for tuning in to Talk Tickers.
It's been a pleasure.
Until next time, stay curious.